So I did the work, started going to therapy. But right now, the way this runs, it's going to run by a format. There's a topic, and you'll stick to the topic. And if you don't want to stick to the topic, go to your channel and do whatever you want to. But you are not entitled to do whatever French toast you want just because it's a talk show. See, that's one of the things. Modern women today are so entitled.
Yeah, that's your best friend because he be saying, what did that even mean?
What did he
saying? He said something about French toast. What did that, what? I think that's what, no, I'm saying how you be saying random stuff. He just said, what in the French toast? Whatever he just said, I don't even know what he just said. And is that a paint thing in the background?
They can just come in and kick over the table, do what they want, say what they want, and if you actually, it's like that woman, you over talking me, sir, I actually had somebody did a breakdown of that video. And said, talk time. That woman talks 62% of the time. But
you heard? Mama.
Talking to her. According to all women, you're over talking to her. She spoke 62% of the video. But see, you're used to being able.
He loves saying numbers. Ooh, this stat. Ooh, 72% of this.
I guess
made up numbers.
I guess that's from the engineering.
To dominate the conversation, dominate the square. And that shit is over. Men are asking, if you're not going to get married and reproduce and have children and be under the cooperation, collaboration, leadership, and responsibility of a family to make a nuclear family to build a community, what do you owe the community? Men are told we're expected to come back and tutor and build and such and so forth. What do you owe? And like, think about it this way. How many people know that person who shows up to the party?
Why he always saying something about build when he probably ain't even built no IKEA table?
He said he built a house last week. I'm lying.
In his dream.
Go up to the party late. They drink water all day to stretch their stomach so they can eat as much as possible, drink as much as possible, and don't even bring a bag of chips or ice.
What the hell?
I knew people like this. You know it too. And nobody likes those people. Nobody likes those people who come, take everything, and give nothing. And then got the nerve to say, this don't taste good, and this ain't right, Ladies, if the community is a party, what do you owe the community?
Yeah, he over real. He said a whole bunch of nothing. He doing an analogy, something like analogy, saying sayings that ain't sayings. He don't even know what he talking about.
He don't.
Why are you showing up to the community just to take from the infrastructure, from the protection, from the church, from the people who came before us? What do men take to? This is another thing. Let me tell you something. Amara, men, we're not doing that over here. This is not that balance shit. It's always not that tit for tat. Well, men do it too. We don't do that over here. You've had 60 years to talk about what men do. We're talking about what you do.
What?
I think that's your name, Amara? Amara Lenega? Yeah.
Wait, is he basically just saying he only gonna speak down on women over here and you can't have no other opinion but to speak down on women?
That's pretty much what he said, yeah.
He can't be a balance? That don't even make no sense.
Yeah, it don't make no sense whatsoever. He never made no sense to me.
That's not what we do here. Take. When can we just have a conversation and hold women solely accountable for what they do without doing anything else? Like I asked the other day, ladies.
He talking, but he ain't nothing really coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, I think you know how them old people be like,
yeah,
but you know how them old people be like, they just be saying stuff they really saying, so I don't know what he said.
I mean, I'm like,
he probably rehearsed this in the mirror and then now he saying it.
Oh, he don't forgot.
It sound good.
He don't forgot. I'm like Cracker Jack.
What? He said something about Cracker Jack?
I got a question for you. Serious as cancer. Question for you. Seriously. Can you explain why you are where you are without blaming the man? To all the single women, explain why you're single without blaming the man.
Because they want to be.
Explain why you are where you are today without blaming a man. Explain why you're doing what you're doing without deflecting to men. Because over here we're doing triage. We don't go to say, well, you know what? You're laying in here with a heart attack and a punctured aorta. But you know what? He's got an ingrown toenail. Well, we need to get on that ingrown toenail. We need to stabilize you and patch your aorta. We'll get to the hang.
He doing the same thing that he he be doing the same thing that he be telling women not to do.
Yep.
It don't make no sense.
But he said women don't matter though. He said any mutt can have a baby. That's what he said allegedly.
We're going to talk about in a minute. But see, that's a deflection tactic. It's always, we're supposed to talk about what you want to talk about, how you want to talk about it, and not get to the women as the problem. If women want to be married, then why are 80% of y'all, when a divorce happens, women are leaving 80% of the time? You know what causes divorce? People filing divorce.
How many times he been divorced?
But he said, so I'm guessing he didn't file for divorce. They must have filed it. That's the only way it makes sense.
Because he was going to just stay in it regardless.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna do it.
Like it or not, men don't leave. Let me ask you something to all you women. How many?
Okay. Most people like that. I'm guessing he like that. That don't leave and just stay in something. So they just gonna be miserable for 20 years and stay in it. That don't make no sense. And two, the woman can feel that you're miserable or that you're not happy. So you just want her to sit in misery with you. That don't even make no sense.
No.
And I ain't even talking about marriage. I'm just saying in general.
In general, it don't make no sense what he's saying. Remember, he said Apple Jacks and.
So you should stay in a marriage no matter what. If they cheat, they abuse, anything, you should stay in no matter what. You should never foul no matter what.
That's what he's saying.
If you being unhappy every day, you never foul. If you miserable, don't foul.
That's what kind of prenup he need.
And that'll be one thing. That'll be one thing if he was doing the work to work on it. But obviously, you wasn't doing the work to work on it if they fouled for it.
Exactly.
Relationships have you had with men where you have not left?
Gotta go.
You owe the community something. What is it?
He said the women left, obviously, because the man was doing something.
But he said don't blame the men, remember?
It don't make no sense.
He said, you do stuff and don't blame the man.
And don't leave. You better not ever leave. He got some trauma. He needs some help.
And it's not to say what the men do. We're talking about you.
And you.
I think that's a fair question. I spent 3 years talking to the men. And I never heard the men, when I'm talking to the men on the men test, they never say, well, the women do this too.
I'm pretty sure they did.
The men have gotten themselves on a better track. In the last 30 years, black men, 51% are single and childless.
If he give one more percentage, one more stat, where he getting these stats from? Stats ain't, most of the time
I bet
real.
you it was 99%.
I'm just gonna say random percentage when I say stuff. When I just want it to be right. You can find the percentage you want in something anywhere because it depends on who you're polling and who you're talking to.
Exactly.
4% in the middle class. Go to blackdemographics.com. Black statistics for black people, by black people. You can see the stats. Black men are doing well. Black men want to marry black women. But where are the black wives? Let me ask a question actually.
What was his wife's nationality?
I'm assuming it was black.
A buddy of mine and I were talking about this the other day. I'm going to read it verbatim.
He old.
What is the stereotypical
We waiting.
white act like?
What's his name?
The stereotypical black white act like? How does the stereotypical wife show her husband love and respect? Describe the stereotypical wife, and you cannot use Claire Huxtable.
Damn. It's
because she wasn't stereotypical.
damn. I just want to say your Bill Cosby looking at it. And he said that is funny as hell. I was just going to say your Bill Cosby looking at it. You heard? I was just going to say that.
And you just need Huxtable. So what that?
I'm just saying. That is funny as hell. Oh my.
At the end of the day, we keep talking about we want this community, we want this community, we want this community. Then what do you owe the men of the community? What do you owe the children of the community? What do you owe, and do you owe putting yourself second? Got a revolutionary idea. Maybe it ain't about you. Maybe your happiness and joy is for your youth, but then you gotta come do your duty. Just like countries who have compulsory military service, maybe, just maybe, you gotta do like it.
What he talking about? He always talking about this ain't a place for balance, but I wonder in his real life, is he balanced? It don't sound like he is. So he's saying don't say what the man do wrong, but you are saying what the women do wrong, what the women do wrong. The whole point of helping somebody is actually to find balance. But you saying balance ain't allowed over here, but you saying the opposite. That don't make no sense.
Yeah.
Our grandparents and elders, and they actually built a community and put their selfish wants and needs to the side for the betterment of the group. How many people stayed in marriages for the kids and everything else, but everybody today, especially women today, it's all about you being happy. You ask, why'd you leave a relationship? We grew apart, and then when it starts getting real tight, here comes.
Didn't he just say when Vlad asked him why your marriage ended, he said irreconcilable difference? That's literally the exact same thing.
Allegedly, that's what you said.
Allegedly, it's a video.
the questionable abuse, cheating, that kind of stuff. I'm like, man, dude is whooping ass like hotcakes, but I don't see women's eyes hanging out there. I don't see this level of abuse.
When people abuse you, they use it on hit you in the face. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, he don't know. It can be verbal abuse. It can be all kinds of abuse. So it's just not no one type of
people
abuse.
don't want you to know you've been abused, so they don't hit you in the face.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
What are you talking about?
don't know.
Back to whether you like it, ladies, what do you owe your community? Because how are we going to have a community if
Community.
I owe my community the same thing he owns.
No.
That's what he thinks.
majority of the population doesn't owe it anything? The only people who owe the community are men and married couples. What do single women owe the community? Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
All right.
No damn.
Remember, only thing I require is you gotta show yourself on camera, and you cannot. Let's do it.
Oh damn. I'm gonna set my phone up. Wait, I'm not gonna get it cursed out. Hold on.
No, it's okay. Let's get to work.
Oh my goodness, I'm talking to Mr. Samuels.
Dang, where she at? How many likes she got?
I know.
Oh my goodness, where she at?
We're gonna try to focus on just looking at him.
She an abusive love?
Ooh, wait.
Oh, what?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. So, question on the table is, what do women owe their community?
I think as a black woman who grew up not seeing.
Can you do me a favor? Can you turn off the background noise? It's coming from echo teams or something.
Oh. Great.
Mom, it is distracting.
Them lights distracting me.
I don't know shit about them.
I cannot see.
What?
Never seen so many lights.
Holy Toledo.
I think just as a black woman who didn't have any strong examples of positive relationships, marriage was something I never aspired to have. It was like, I'm gonna just be successful, I'm gonna make some money, I'm gonna take care of myself, I'm gonna have my dog and my car. And then I realized when I was 26, damn, I'm gonna die alone. I need to do the work. So I did the work, started going to therapy.
I agree. You are gonna die alone.
He is. Yeah, he sure is.
Woo, that was funny.
I knew I had a lot of unresolved daddy issues. So I was like, look, girl, figure it out. Get your credit up. Be bomb. But also, do the work. I started dating. I was making sure.
People like him get on my nerves. You can tell he's waiting for her to say something he don't like, or he ready to already disagree without even listening to her.
That's why he rocking.
Making all them faces. Why are you doing all that? Actually listen to somebody and maybe you can come to a middle ground.
That's what he doing.
That's your best friend.
I was the best version of myself.
Okay.
And I want my audience to be the best version of themselves because I don't want them to die alone.
Okay, so, how old are you?
I'm 31.
31.
But I'm married. I just don't have my ring on.
Okay, so.
She said it like.
Why she say it like that?
Like she was so old.
Why she say it like that? What? She
A name?
Why did she say like? Maybe he be saying something about age, and I don't know.
Oh, because
maybe he be
that
saying
was
something
weird.
about a certain
You
age.
say that women owe the community. I got your story. Short version of the story. What would you tell the typical single modern woman that she owes our community?
I think.
Or do you think single people are individuals don't owe the community?
No, I think that's the problem. I think we owe our community everything, and I think we owe our community the accountability. Like, and a lot of my people who I love and care for, I'm like, we got to do the work. Like, the work, we have to hit the gym. We have to, break the status quo. We have to hold each other accountable. The world isn't going to, work for us.
You say we. You mean who are you referring to?
We as black women.
Okay. So do you feel like the black women, in this case, act as though they owe the community anything?
I don't think we do, but I think a lot of us are waking up. And I think a lot of us are realizing that if it's not us, it's, you're definitely adding to it, but a lot of us are not holding ourselves accountable. We think the world is going to happen to us and for us because, we're the cosmopolitan generation. We were sold.
You think that?
What?
What she just said?
No.
I don't either. I don't know where they always thinking all black women the same. They're not. All black men the same. They're not. All men, period, they think is the same. They're not.
All this, okay, excuse me. The rainbows, and you can have everything. You can have
When you have this, so do you have this conversation with women?
all the time.
And how's it received?
I think a lot of the people on my platform receive it. I get a lot of pushback, but I think being someone that's 31 and married to, I guess, what you would say,
You get a pushback from who?
my peoples.
I don't know. You say I get it's well received, but then I get pushback. So
yeah, so it's well received. I want to say it's like a 70-30. So it's like, I wasn't born skinny. I wasn't born a 10. So why do I have to measure up? Why do I have to be this? And it's like, you don't have to, but you can accept the fact that you are a 6. There's nothing wrong. I watch your content. I love you, by the way. Nothing wrong with being a 6. But the fact is, we're kind of raised to think.
Where do they be getting numbers? You a 3, you a 6, you a 10.
I think
Everybody a 10 if they want to be a 10. It ain't got nothing to do with looks or shape.
Yeah, you are what you think you are.
Exactly.
But I think people, he be asking women. I know it was one video where he got viral. He be asking people, what do they rate themselves, and you can't say 7. So that's where he be telling people to rank themselves. So I guess he can give them.
What do you rank this self as?
I don't know if he ever said
0?
but I think too they be saying it don't matter for men, but I'm saying he be asking.
Who said it don't matter?
I don't know if he be saying it because women most of the time they be saying don't care about looks and stuff like men do. They care about how much you make and personality and all this other stuff. That's why people men need to be funny. They need to make money. If you ugly, that's what they be saying. A lot of people say that.
Who is ugly?
Yeah.
Like I said, people. I be hearing people saying that this man is so beautiful, but if some people say he ugly, it's all about what people say about you. But I don't care less.
I know. So if you a woman that always been told she ugly, then you most likely gonna think you ugly.
You think I'm gonna believe that? No.
So whether you haven't been told that, so you don't know.
I don't know. I might have. Who knows?
Remember you.
Girl, you so ugly. Your mama. You know.
That we deserve. Everybody's not going to have a high value man. Some people don't even really want to be a high value wife. So why do you want to be married? I am.
She told you that.
She said it so many times.
She's not married to care about that. Let me go ahead and do this. I don't really care about that stuff you're talking about right now.
What?
When you say things to hold women accountable, what percentage of your content are you doing to hold women accountable?
Maybe 20% is something that's new for me.
All right.
Mainly because most of my platform is women, so
Is he doing anything to hold men accountable?
No.
Okay, so 100% of your stuff is to hold women accountable. So 100% of her stuff can't be to hold men accountable.
Thank you.
Why
Boom.
can't everything be balanced? Everything don't need to be.
Yeah, you
But
holding this person accountable. My thing is
A
this.
good person hold everybody accountable.
Yeah, I just want to say, my thing is this. Yeah, everybody do something wrong need to be held accountable. Not just women, not just men. Everybody should be held accountable.
But too, what works for one person
might not work for the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you think is wrong for somebody to do, somebody else might not think it's wrong.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And then they putting everybody in the same category.
You know, everybody do that. Everybody be like, men do this, women do this, and then
no,
that's what everybody do.
No.
So here's my question: if most of your platform is women, and women are the most unaccountable, what do you feel is more unaccountable to the community? Is it women? Is it men? Or do you think it's equal?
I want to say woman only because I think, just from what I know, a lot of us just try to skate by.
Well, I think it's undoubtedly women because I don't hear women being told they need to graduate, go work, and then come back and save the community. I don't hear that from women. We tell women to go out and live their best.
What?
That don't make no sense.
None whatsoever. Who tell women to go out and live their best life?